Hey, I'm Jed. I'm the lead staff organizer in charge of fundraising, and right off the bat, my question for you is, are you down to ask strangers for money? Probably not, because it's a really weird thing to do the first few times. But once you start getting used to it and we realize how urgently we need to get good at fundraising so we could raise the money to win, it becomes a lot easier. Let's hop in. So first off, let's do a little bit of reframing here, because capitalism is super insidious and it socializes us to think that asking for money in any capacity is inherently greedy or capitalistic or wrong. And what that does is it thwarts social movements from being able to fundraise correctly. If all of us organizers think that doing anything with money is inherently bad, we're never going to fundraise enough to fuel our movement. So let's hit two things really quickly. Number one common thought that I definitely had at the beginning was thinking, oh, I am taking money from people. That's not what we're doing. We're giving folks the opportunity to give to help us win. It's giving that opportunity. Here is a pathway to help us fight for change if you help fund us. That's number one. We're giving an opportunity. We're not taking anything. And number two, we're not hoarding wealth. We're not asking for anything for profit. We are encouraging a community to pool our resources together. So remember, number one, we're not taking anything. We are giving an opportunity to give. And number two, we are pooling our resources together. We are not trying to make a profit. Those are two really important things to remember and really reframe in our heads for the next steps. And now we'll talk a little bit about how we're going to actually get these donation asks going while we're canvassing. So when we're getting those donation asks in during canvassing, we got to remember four things. We got to, one, chew the cud. Number two, keep a wide net cast. Number three, end with an ask. And number four, get the money fast. Let's start with number one, chewing the cud. Number one is chewing the cud. All that is just a really cheeky thing I came up with that is just the ingredients for a really good donation ask. Because at the end of the day, we could really frame this any way we want. No matter what, people are giving us money so we can fuel our movement. And that does a million different things. It funds materials, it pays staff, it pays for media, yada, yada, yada. But usually the best way to get people to really consider giving money is if it's something that it's clear, they could visualize it, it's urgent because there's a need to give now instead of later, and it's doable. It's something they can actually do. So that's why chewing the cud makes it clear, urgent, and doable. So it's pretty simple. Think of an arbitrary thing that we definitely need and just push the urgency for it and make it doable. Let's throw out an example. We need a banner, it's clear. We need the banner by the end of the week, it's urgent. And we need $500 to get it, it's doable. I said 500 because it's a high number that might push people to give a little more than they would originally think to give. But if they can only give $5 or $10, that still feels like a substantive part of a $500 goal. So if I just asked you to sign this petition and you signed it and I say thank you so much, the last thing I'll ask you, we're asking every person that signs today if they could contribute $500 to help us get this banner by the end of the week. Can you give? It's clear, urgent, and doable. Second, keep a wide net cast. All that means is ask everybody. Yeah, everybody that signs. Because there is no rhyme or reason to know who's going to donate and who isn't. We just don't know. What we do know, though, is if we do get in the habit of asking everybody, we will be able to raise the money we need to win. We will subconsciously profile, think, oh, maybe that person won't give, maybe this person will. End of the day, you have no idea, so we just got to ask everybody. And it also trains us so quickly if we ask at every single interaction. So remember to keep that wide net cast. Number three feels like common sense, but it's something that I mess up all the time. And that's end with an ask. Once you ask for the donation, silence is your friend. Can you donate today? Now, in my head right now, I'm screaming, oh my God, they hate me, they haven't answered yet. Just give them the opportunity to say yes, no, or maybe. It's up to them. It's cool. The ball's in their court. What we don't want to do is start then thinking, oh, they didn't answer right away. Maybe I could, or if you can't donate, you could volunteer. We want to give them an out because silence can be uncomfortable, but it really is our friend once we end with an ask. Number four is also pretty simple. It's get the money fast. Oftentimes when somebody's really down to donate, but I don't want to do it today. That's me with everything in life. I don't want to do it today. But if you give them the immediate means to give, they'll do it in person, and then it's done. You don't have to follow up with them. You don't have to mark on your list, oh, they signed, but they said maybe they'll donate next week. It's done. We're getting a little more funded. So all you need to do for that is say, hey, thank you so much for saying you want to donate. Would you like to use this QR code to donate online, or would you like to give cash now? Just giving them options. Alrighty, y'all, before we hit the streets, let's review. Remember, we got to chew the cud. Make it clear, urgent, and doable. Number 2, you got to keep a wide net cast. Asking everybody, even if it's difficult the first time, you got to just try and ask as many people as you can that you get to sign. Number 3, you got to end with an ask, and silence is your friend. Allow them to make the decision. And number 4, get the money fast. Quickly give them the opportunity to donate via QR code or by money. Now it's time to get this on our feet. So let's start with doing a little bit of role playing. Get together with another organizer, assign one person the volunteer and the other person the person on the street, and try varying degrees of difficulty. It could feel hokey and awkward at the beginning, but acting out role-playing situations such as donation asks, it's an invaluable tool to get us used to these interactions. So yeah, try it out the first time. The person on the street is super down to donate. The second time they're a little unsure, and just challenge ourselves to get better at it. Then when we're actually going in the street, the last thing I'll give you is the best thing you could do for yourself. The best thing you could do as an organizer is get good at goal allocation. How do we make ourselves better? We make good goals and we hold ourselves accountable. So this is a really good little Venn diagram a co-organizer taught me. All it is really is you got right here your comfort zone and your panic zone, and the sweet spot's that challenge zone. So on your first time that you're going to be going out doing donation asks, a comfort zone goal would be doing, I don't know, maybe like a goal of asking one person for a donation. All right, that's comfortable, but I don't know if it'll be enough. But then pushing yourself too hard, you want to go right into it and think, I'm going to get 30 people, I'm going to ask them for a donation today. If you can do 30 people and give them an ask, that'd be great, but if it's a little too much, you might overwhelm yourself. So maybe finding that comfort zone and panic zone middle ground of that challenge, that thing that pushes you a bit, but it's still doable. So maybe 15 people you can ask for a donation today. And then the next time, you could look back at how you did with that goal and then allocate a new goal and keep pushing yourself further and further until you could start doing money goals instead of asking goals. Then you could have a goal of raising, I don't know, maybe I'll raise $50 today. And then you could change your tactics as you go along and get better and better. You just got to keep challenging yourself, but also giving yourself the peace of forgiving any mistakes you make and just knowing that we're doing our best here. So yeah, have a great one, y'all.